In today's video, we are jumping back into the Fisk Superhero Mod to check out even more heroes and villains. And just like the last time, these are all from the DC universe. So let's just jump straight into it. Alrighty, and we are back again 2 weeks in a row with the Fisk Superhero Mod here. But this time it is not a new hero pack, as this is a continuation from last week's video. We've got even more heroes and even a couple of villains that I missed out last week. So let's get into it. Starting out on the left here, we do have the amazing looking Deathstroke right here, looking absolutely kitted out. You can see there on his back there that he's actually got a sword and what looks like to be some sort of rifle there, and you can even see the little sidearm on his leg there as well. And if you know anything about Deathstroke, you know that he's pretty hard to kill. And as you can see, just like on the mannequin, when you do have the suit on, it looks absolutely incredible. The details of the skin just look unreal, everything down to all the different layers. Even the shoulder pads look amazing. But let's actually get into the abilities here. So first up, we do have grenades, and we actually get 3 of these right here. You can see them along the bottom right there. And if we actually crouch while we have these out, we can actually change these grenades. Now at the minute, even though they do have little icons next to them, I don't think they actually do anything different. I mean, they just all seem to be classic sort of grenades right there. But either way, who doesn't love a grenade? Having grenades like that straight away as an ability means that there's going to be a lot of firepower with this guy, so buckle in. Another ability that we get here is the ability to draw a sword. So if we press that, you'll see that we actually get this sort of like saber looking sword right here. It's pretty damn sweet. Not quite a katana, but I mean, still, it looks absolutely amazing. So if the person you're hunting down is close and personal, you'll definitely have a weapon to take them out. And once you're done beating them up, you can just put it away just like that. And we also get a bunch of equipment to use as Deathstroke as well. We get the Desert Eagle, and we also get the M4 as well, which we saw on our back before. So the Deagle, as you imagine, we have seen it before. Classic Deagle, single shot, nothing too crazy. But the M4 right here, I mean, just look at this thing. This thing is absolutely mean. You got the sword on the shoulder as well. I mean, this guy is not to be trifled with. It's a bit of an odd one with this one, because to actually use it, if you just shoot it like this, there you go. You can sort of just blind fire it just like that. But if you wanted to feel like an assassin like Deathstroke is, there's a little combination that you can do here. So one of the abilities right there is crawl on the floor. Now this may seem a bit weird to begin with, but if you press it, there you go. You just sort of lay on the floor like this in a prone position. I mean, realistically, if you were laying on top of a building like this from a distance, I mean, nobody's going to see you. So once you're laying down on the floor right here, you can actually aim the weapon just like this. And if you press shift, you'll see that we get this awesome sniper scope right here. Look at this. And then when you've confirmed your target, you just hold down right click. Just like that. And the funny thing is about this weapon as well is that the more that you hold it down, the more rapid fire it gets. Like, check this out. So it basically starts off as like a single fire, but the more you hold it down, it just turns even more automatic. So for all occasions, really. So that was Deathstroke right there. Really, really cool character. Absolutely love seeing him in this hero pack. And again, this isn't even all of them. Like last week, we had all the villains pretty much. Now we've got a mix of both heroes and villains, but this pack is just absolutely insane. So going all the way across and diagonally right here, we have the Penguin. I mean, look at that belly right there. I've never seen Penguin in any other hero pack. And this one, he just fits in so perfectly. You got the top hat. You've even got like the little monocle that he has. So let's throw this guy on. And being the Penguin, you might be able to notice if I stand side by side with these guys that we are a little bit shorter because Penguin is a bit of a short king. But either way, his abilities right here is to draw the umbrella. So if we press that, you'll see that we do actually get this really cool 3D modeled umbrella right here on our right hand. You'll actually be able to see that right on the end of it near the handle is actually like a penguin's head in gold. So the details are not missed with this pack. Let me just say that for the 50th time. So checking out the umbrella itself, obviously you can just, you know, beat villagers with it or your enemies, but realistically, you want to do a bit more damage than just slapping them in the face, which is where the blade comes in. So if you watch the top of the umbrella there, we can draw this little blade that pops out, and this will actually do more damage. And you know, it's just a little bit better than just punching them in the face. And because this umbrella is basically a Swiss Army knife, we can actually change the firing mode of this, so we can have it as a gun. Not quite Deathstroke level accuracy, but you know, we're getting there. And you can actually see at the bottom there that it has 3 little icons, and they basically represent all the different abilities that the umbrella can have. If we press it again, we have the gas right here, which leaves them with a poison effect, which I'm pretty sure is the same as the Joker's one from the last video. Or we can in fact have fire, which you guessed it, just basically sets them on fire, just like that. And then finally, as Penguin, as a bit of a defense, you can actually use this as a shield. So if we go ahead and press V, you'll see that we just hold that out right in front of us right there. It does have a little shield icon next to it, so you know that it's working. If you're being shot at or you're getting batarangs thrown at your face, this might keep you alive for just a few more seconds. And now I actually want to see, I haven't actually tried this yet, but I want to see if we fall from a height that the umbrella, we can actually use the umbrella as like a bit like a Mary Poppins. So let's have a look here. Let's check it out. Is it working? Okay, no, it's definitely not. It definitely didn't work. Moving over to Penguins right here, we do have this awesome futuristic looking Batman right here, which to me is like a crossover between Iron Man and Batman. It just looks absolutely wicked. So let's throw this on. Even has the same sound effects as the Iron Man suit, which is nice to see. And this has a bunch of abilities built into it. I mean, there is a lot. I mean, it is Batman after all, so as many abilities you can cram into a utility belt, the better. I did actually tease it at the end of the last video, but this Batman suit right here does actually have like a mechanical hood, so we can press right shift, and then you've just got your player's skin underneath it just like that, just like the Iron Man ones, and you can pop it back on just like that. We can also toggle invisibility, so if we press that, there you go, we have a voiceover that says cloak engaged. You can briefly see us when we're moving, but when we stand still, we are completely disappeared. Look at that. We can also aim right here like a projectile, so if we go ahead and fire that, basically a repulsor. And we also have our charged beam, which has a little cooldown as well. But I do actually want to see how powerful this is. So let's get our test subjects out here. Yeah, and you can see that every time that we actually use that ability, these two sort of little cannons come out of our shoulders just like this. And then they slowly go back into the suit, which again,
the detail, insane.
So far this bat suit is pretty hefty. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could do with this thing for sure, and we're not done yet because we also get a force field right here, which is a lovely blue color, just like the highlights on the suit right here. You heard the voiceover, and of course I can't leave out the utility belt. Of course we get the batarangs, the freeze grenades, and the regular smoke pellets. But by far one of the coolest additions right here to this bat suit is the actual flying itself. So if we go ahead and activate that, look at this. I feel like this is every Batman fan's dream right here. I mean, look at these wings. You can hover, you can actually fly it really quick with these as well. Again, amazing sound effects, similar to the Iron Man stuff. And once we are flying as well, we can go even faster with the boost, as you can see right there. The afterburner will show at the bottom of the screen. And I mean, this is just awesome. But either way, oh, look at that. The wings go in as well when you land. But if you had to choose any sort of suit to go into combat with as Batman, this might be your best choice. So taking a break from the Batman suit right there, if we come all the way over here, we do have the son of Krypton right here. We have the Man of Steel himself, Superman. And just like I mentioned in the previous video, there are so many variations when it comes to suits with these guys. And each of these suits comes with a variation with either having the actual character's face, or you can also have your own skin on it. It's completely up to you. So this is actually the Justice Lord suit right here. It looks absolutely crispy. We have cold breath, just like that. We have heat vision, which we all know and love, just like that. And then we can actually switch abilities right here as well, as you can see. And that gives us Smash Ground, which we've definitely seen before. And also Thunderclap right here. There we go. Oh my god. I've definitely seen that before in the last video that I did, but that is just absolutely unreal. We also get slow motion vision, which completely slows down time. And of course, we get super speed that goes up to level 2. And what I really like about the Superman in this pack is that even if you're just walking and you go off of a ledge, you just begin flying straight away. So you don't actually have to like double tap or anything. If I just walk off this really slowly, straight into flying. Look at that. But by far one of my favorite abilities as Superman in this pack is that if we actually hold down shift, we can actually do this amazing takeoff right here. I mean, look at this. You've got all the particles flying everywhere, and then when you're ready, you just press space, and that will just throw you all the way up here. I mean, look at that distance that we just covered, just like that. One of the secret abilities that you can do with a couple of heroes from this hero pack is that you can actually go to the moon, but for the life of me, I really can't figure out how to do it. And I remember because I couldn't do it in the last video that I tried it in either. I know it has to be at nighttime. I've tried it. I just can't seem to get it to work. So if you know how to do it, do let me know in the comments, because I would love to go to the moon as Superman. But moving on to his left right here, we do have Clayface, which comes in this little bottle right here, which we can just throw on. And I gotta say, just walking around as this guy, it just sounds absolutely disgusting. Get a load of this. Yeah, it's but abilities wise, we do have as Clayface right here, we have the giant mode. It's just like we saw with Killer Croc and Bane and even Solomon Grundy. If we go ahead and press that, and we can actually bring out some clay weapons as well. So if we press that, we get like a mace, and then we also get like a spiky mace as well, which work just like this. We also get shadow form, so we can go into a little shadow form like this. Can't actually fly or anything, but we can sort of just jump around for a little bit. And there is a cooldown for that, so sort of like a quick last minute getaway if you needed it. We can turn into a giant ball, just like this, a giant ball of clay, and absolutely wreak havoc. And again, the sound effects with this is absolutely just HD. And yeah, his face is right on the front there. Look at that. And then finally, we do have a shape-shifting button as well, but just like the Superman flying to the moon, I cannot get it to work for some reason. I've tried for like ages to try and get this to work. So you press G, you can choose a disguise right here. I'm pretty sure you can put in players' names and actually become them. So again, if you do know how to use this, let me know in the comments because it'd be great to use in a video. But yeah, that's Clayface, everybody, and enjoy the sounds. All right, and then coming to the last two right here, we do have Batman Beyond. Now, this one is actually like the modernized sort of suit right here that you can see. If you can't tell, Batman is definitely up there, top 3 of my favorite heroes, so sorry about that. But you can see here that the skin is super well detailed. You've got like the little gauntlets right there. Like I said, the ears on the actual helmet looks sick. So let's throw this on. And just like before, they do not go lightly with Batman. I mean, we've got abilities on abilities right here. So starting out with, obviously, we get our utility belt, we get the Batarang, we get the freeze grenade, we get the regular grenade because Batman Beyond does not mess about. And then we also get the smoke pellets as well. We got our amazing night vision as well, which we saw with the Catwoman skin in the previous video, somehow looking even cooler than before. We can also aim just like before. This time we get like a little red beam that pops out just like that, single shot. We got our claws just like Catwoman. These time they're red just to go with the suit, and these again are just like a 2 or a 3 hitter. And we can actually wall climb just like Catwoman before as well, where we can just hang on the side of a building just like we did with Catwoman last week. And again, just with the claws out and the glowing eyes, this is just Batman perfection. If we crouch, we can actually see that we can toggle invisibility, which again, if you move around, you can slightly be spotted, but if you're just crouching somewhere like this, you're never going to be seen. We get the EMP, which I'm not actually sure what this does, but it sounds really cool, and there's a little like sort of cooldown at the bottom of the screen there as well, so I'm all for it. And lastly, Batman Beyond. We can just drop, pull out the Elytra right here, which is red underneath and actually black on the top. And this doesn't work like the normal Elytra. This basically works the same as any sort of like flight suit, Superman, Iron Man, anything like that. Because rather than just going down, you can actually just go up as well. And we can also boost with this as well. Look at that. Maybe I take it back. I'd say that this is probably my favorite Batsuit. And finally, right next to Batman Beyond right here, we do have Azrael right here, which is actually a character that I thought I would never see in a hero pack. But here he is, looking absolutely majestic as always. Got the shredded cape look right there. We've got the blade on the back. I remember this guy from the Arkham games, and he was always really, really cool. And the majestic vibe does not stop there because this guy is all about it. You can see there that the shredded cape just looks awesome. Looks just as good as any other cape. I love it. Love the design of that. We do have the utility belt. We have the throwing stars. Just like that. Love to see it. And we also have the smoke pellet to disappear. Because if I remember correctly, this guy was actually meant to be like Batman's successor for a little while. So think about that. We have draw fire blades, which is exactly what it sounds like. There we go. We've got 2 sort of like flamethrowers ready to go on each hand here. It's a double hitter. And I'm pretty sure that these actually leave the target in flames. Yeah, they do, just like that. So that is damage over time that you're getting, as well as the actual hits themselves. And finally, for one of the coolest abilities I've ever seen in a hero pack, we can draw our sword right here, and this sword does not mess around. This is just an insane looking sword right here, fully 3D. Love to see it. And as you can see right there, we can ignite the sword. Check this out. Look at that. Probably one of the coolest abilities I've seen. It's so simple, but I mean, I've definitely not seen it with any other hero, so this is just perfect. And just like before, we do leave fire damage on these guys, as well as it being a much harder hit. But that is going to cut it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. This is sort of like a mixed match with heroes and villains. These suits were just ridiculous, as always. And if you didn't see on the community page, I did say that the live streams would be starting soon. I just got to get all the designs and everything like that sorted, and then we'll be ready to go. But if you are interested in that, do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.